Play the game, it's goaty. This game? Oh my god, I can't believe we're... Choose a screen and subtitle language. Have I played before? No. Please just slide till the computer is barely visible. Enter current time. Oh, what? Why would it do that? How do I cheat? Oh. How come I can't just click it? Recommended FOV? Begin. The end is never.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Can you turn on the music a little bit?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Shut up.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Someone in chat said, didn't I play Stanley Parable 2 in 2022? I don't know. I don't know. Did I? I don't think I did. I'm like almost positive I did. I might have. Really? We're gonna increase the FOV a little bit. I like the typing noises. I like the fact that I float like a ghost, and I'm also really tiny.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yep. Wait, what employee number am I? 426 or 427? Wait, I'm 429.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I hate Monday, dude. Wish there was a way to zoom in.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Turn it on. Turn it back on. I wish I could read these. The back rooms. Wait, are we in the freaking back rooms right now? Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I didn't, man.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Puts wallet chain on my wallet. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
$125 for a can? Also, it's in dollars. But
yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope. Haha, troll face.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
My character feels so tiny. Reduce FOV for zoom? Wait, good idea. Is this guy a game designer in chat? What the hell? Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while in motion, will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who? That gate's open. Meh.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who? Female Jesus?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices, and to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent.
Oh.
Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back.
What?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
That's not a keyboard. Nor is that. By the way, I'm starting my stream tomorrow at noon, so you guys are aware. I've said it many times. I'm saying it again. Why? First sponsor at 1, baby. And then I'm just gonna stream to the normal time. Yippee!
Now that we know your choices
Wait, I've got a cage this time.
We can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
No.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
They're making it so I can't kill myself. And by they, I mean the British guy talking to me in my brain. I closed that. That's the power of choice, baby. Is he making me walk all the way back to my office to start over? This guy's a piece of shit.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm not doing that.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
1, 2, 3, question mark. 1, 2, 3, question mark. Someone said look backwards and then go left. That dumbass doesn't know his left and right. I got like some sperm in my throat. I don't want to go in there. But it seems like he's making me go in there. This guy's a piece of shit, dude. On G. Well, let's head to the lounge then, I suppose.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
No.
I have to.
No, you don't have to do that.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny?
Yeah.
You just had to see?
Yeah.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fuck you.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Fuck you, I
All
won't
right.
do what you tell me!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Well, we can't raid.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Wait, we broke the trigger because we were up against the door when it
Behave
opened.
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Keep doing it? Yeah.
No!
I'm
Why
thinking
did you
it's
do
time
that?
to open the
Quickly,
door on the
hurry
right.
Is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure.
Why
you'll
would
be
you
up
listen
the
to a
task.
random chatter
Just
and not the
follow my lead and
narrator?
You'll be fine. All right.
I've never been lied to by a Twitch
When
chatter
Stanley
before.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We'll go left. Fucking whiny baby. Little bit.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Monetize free to play. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. Aw. Thanks, man. Thank you. TPS reports. That's on the office space reference, dude. And we're in office right now. Holy fuck, man.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Is this a Millennial Chungus game? No, not yet. Not yet. We'll see, though. Ooh. Nice velvet, crushed velvet walls.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
I just think it's really funny to imagine someone like textured this. I am the most expensive boss. Someone made that. That's cool.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall. I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Nightshark 115.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Okay, so you got me, chat. Very good.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That's me. I'm Christopher from The Sopranos.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me?
I game overed?
All right. Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this.
Unity slop.
So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide.
You got the one ending with credits as your first? Incredible? Wait, really?
That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Wait, am I
Take as much time as you need.
Am I the greatest gamer alive? Evilest gamer? But my decisions weren't rooted in evil. It was rooted in my desire to see him succeed. Because clearly he's trapped in a construction of capitalism right now, and offering him the freedom of choice was the most benevolent thing I could possibly do in that situation. To ignore the directive of the voice in his head telling him to slave away at the computer, dude. Okay, I can't type into this. Who's Ben Evolant? Alright, man. The fuck do you... Wait, alright. We're 427. Guys, remember that number. Important. Use your mic. Computer. Pussy 2. Computer. Download the search history of every chatter who's typed the last 30 minutes. You'll see a lot of Angela White. Angela White. Ah. Porn star, I think. I don't know. He typed it. Yeah, I'm trying to assume that guy's identity, dude. First, adopt his search history engine.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
So, like, let's try going the correct way this time? Let's be an office cuck. Yeah, I'm gonna do me some of this right here. Can you tell me what the significance of the number 1112800 is? 1112800. I'm just gonna write that down, guys. It probably doesn't mean anything, though. Oh, fuck. I clicked it. Awaiting input. Input ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Use your mic. 1112800. I think I can type on this. V for push to talk. So you think you're funny. You can play this game with a mouse. That's all you need. Got him ass. Punches you in the sternum so hard it explodes.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
I'm choice cucked right now.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Joke's on you, I'm gonna click on literally everything regardless.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I'm still gonna be here until I'm confident that I've clicked every corner of this place.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Choice maxing while frame mogging the chat.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
This game seems like it was made for you. I mean, those of you who have watched my stream for many years...
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Know that whenever I play games like this, I like to do the opposite of what is told.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Okay.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
You won't coax me out of here.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello?
Bro, I don't
Anyone
care. It's
who
my
happens to be
landlord's
nearby?
problem, dude.
The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
I won't. Too mad reference? Holy shit. You think he went back to Overwatch 1? Get in the air ducts. I can't jump.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
I am that
Fish,
monkey.
Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Troll face.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nah. I'm going to hell. I wrote this in first period and left it in your locker on the way to school. It's what all the cool kids are doing. I've decided. Write me back. I do not know what that A word is. Here's an idea for something to draw. 2 cats on a motorcycle. Hey, this is a good idea. What all the cool kids are actually doing is sending each other pages in their beepers. But we're cooler than them because guess what? They can't put this on a beeper. 2 cats on a motorcycle with a UFO. Neat. I mean, that was a pretty cool cat, man.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
Wait.
He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
Why am
He
I
wasn't
standing
crazy
still?
after all. And he thought to himself,
I want to hear what he has to
I'll
say.
wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Or anything.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Rob Zarina, thanks for that. Oh my God.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Me and homeless people? That's not true. Prince Mock, 6 for 7. Are we real? I noticed, so the parking spots, hold on. Installing. The parking spots was 11 and 12. And the number on that computer we saw was 11, 12, 800. Where's the computer? Oh, so this one's not on anymore. Right here. 11, 12, 800. I was looking for 800, the numbers, Mason. I mean, it probably means nothing, but why is this one off? You're on the right track, Moon. You're definitely not as schizophrenic.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing
Red
true
chat,
effort
yeah.
for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Yes, sir. Where is it? Found it.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
This guy sounds so fucking British. Holy shit, dude.
Now, back to door number 437.
Whenever I hear someone this British, I always imagine them sitting at like a dinner table for like a Sunday roast, and they got like mashed potatoes, and like I just assume they got like a big, comically big spoon, and they're like shoveling mashed potatoes with like HP sauce into their mouth, dude. Wait, which door was it? 437? Projection?
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
I think this guy's messing with me.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
I cannot jump. This first time chatter typed J-O-I. I like work. I just hate my boss. Oh. Ah, okay. Okay. Guys, where's 417? Wait, which one was it? 419?
Yes, this is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
This guy's mocking me. And honestly, it's a bit embarrassing that you're stooping so low.
We've almost got it. Now the copy machine, do that one again.
I heard him start to laugh. And then it cut off. You guys hear that?
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 43. Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
I got an achievement for clicking on the door 5 times, and then I also got an achievement for getting my first achievement, which was pretty sweet. Pretty based. How come I can't jump? Am I truly that weak? Crouch? We were so close.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Oh.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Fine. Whoop. Nice echo. That's good. You got to restart? I know. It's patronizing because this game acts like it isn't this the whole way through. Honestly, I think you're just threatened by the deep and sultry voice of like an adult British man. Honestly, you're getting Brit mogged right now You're kidding. Just the accent itself is enough to intimidate you. You stupid Amerifat, diabetes riddled, gun toting, fucking gout having fat piece of shit, dude. Begin the game again. It insists upon itself. You know what is insisting upon itself? The buildup of glucose in your body. Put the Diet Coke down, bitch. I'll be right back. I gotta pee. Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you with that sound. I'll be right back one sec. Dude, I can't stand the old clips. Real voice. Dude, it's exposing my second puberty, man. VOD's broken, by the way. Yeah, I saw that a couple of times. You guys ever play Rainbow Six Vegas? You guys remember Rainbow Six Vegas? Mass Celtics result? Too bad modern Rainbow Six is booty. Dude, but it's like Overwatch, right?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Archaeantis 6 for 7. And DOS Flash and Jimbo Big Bog Frog. Nice name. Not even close, Mr. Malo. The real Malo. Thanks for 7. Dougie Jones and Chillmaker and Gangsta Grover. Thanks for 7. Oh yeah, we're going back outside. Do you think he'll memba? How come do you think he'll memba?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now.
It's making me very
white.
white.
Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Joke's on you, I love Spanish guitar.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become.
The announcer sounds like he watches Monty Python. So you're assuming because he's British, he's seen Monty Python, huh? That's kind of bigoted, don't you think? That's British phobic, dude. How come some guy in chat said that he thinks I am literally too stupid to appreciate the humor in this game? Dude, my chat froze. You got owned, dog. You widowy need a high IQ in order to understand the humor from the Stanley Parable. You widowy do not get it, do you? Gammon, thanks for 7. Turn around? It's nothing. Remember, if you hate something, pose as a gatekeeper, it will make people hate that thing. Your hair is iconic, I love you. I've been thinking about shaving it a little bit. Should I? VOD broken for anyone else? Yeah. I'll look at it after stream. I didn't try to jump, I was left clicking. I got an achievement for trying to jump. Yeah, what if we kept the island? That'd be cool. Shave everything else. Be like a monk. Do it. Reverse monk. I mean, that would be cool. Honestly, it might look like I have a lot of hair compared to the back then, huh? A no hawk, yeah. Phone.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
I'm looking for that computer I have to click on. What does this say? Enhance. Index to using help. It's a help file for a help file. Who farted? What headphones is that? I like the ones that don't give my head a dent look. Sennheiser open ear headphones. Very nice. Would recommend. I can't get on that desk back there. Not sponsored. Knowing your city. Where's the computer I gotta click on? This is your favorite game? It's not a game, you dope. Does this guy even play games? Have you even played Rainbow Six Vegas?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
where's my
he entered
computer?
the door on his left.
We go left. But only because I wanted to. Not because he said to.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
No more bin. Trash cans. Renaming of the ideas bin. Firing of me. Redacted. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Which one are you? I don't want to go in there. I'm going up.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The Orban thinks was up it. Don't mind if I do. No reflection? Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. I'm extreme bathrooms. The most British road. I cannot poop. It won't come out. Aha! I found you. Only 2 more.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs, trying to input, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I typed boob on the keypad. It hits every time. Me when 4 number input. I think I'll type boob. Is this the underground facility?
Deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
The Shire said, we saw it, bro. We gonna tell the story for the next 4 months to our buds? You remember when Moon typed in boob on that keypad in the Stanley parabola?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
You guys remember when Moon typed in boob on that keypad in the Stanley parabola in the manager's office? Those are the digits of pi. I just made that up. I don't actually know what the digits of pi are. Oh, time to kill myself. Ah!
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I'm strong. Camera. Despite adherence to Protocol 2A and Protocol 2B, an employee leaves the office during work hours and a system loop has failed, you must terminate. Please note that employee 432 is a test case. While the need for Protocol 2A may seem unlikely, precision minor screen fails class 3 event closes primary consoles for info dump. Data points. Austria-Hungary. Isn't that the place where World War II happened?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many
Fuck you.
individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What was our number again? 437? 427. That's my office. Found it. Found it. Okay. Oh no! Ah, oh god. Shut the flug up. Beep. I'm such a fucking idiot. So stupid, man.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The most expensive boss. Is this different? Not yet.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Okay. Why is it called New Age music anyway?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
New Age movement hippies? Wait, it's music made by hippies? I thought they made like the Beatles. Balls to them walls, 6 for 7. Is there anything more performative than the Beatles? Think about it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Music band is performative.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Laughing because he knows he's stupid. That was the joke. They're a music act. I said they were performative, dude. Like, you guys just don't. Honestly, I hate to say it, but you might not be able to get the humor in this game if you can't get the bits that I'm throwing out, dude. Here on the MOONMOON show.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
But that one broken. That one broken.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Lol, get it? Lol, because he's controlled by the player. Lol, I'm a Mensa member. Is that the one with the little
But here was
boys?
the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Seeing a lot of buttons here. Of varying color. Triangle. Gun. Power strip. 10. I hit it 5 times, guys. Did I do it? Can we go down there? I want to step in the mind control juice. Oh yeah. That's the stuff. What a monitor, dude. Dudes, when they buy the curved monitor, this must be how they feel, dude.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
The game knows that I'm going to be doing the opposite of what it's telling me that I'm going to be doing, so. What if we do what it tells us to, despite it thinking that I would not do that? It'll go 90.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Yeah.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb
3
goes off.
attempts
But what
remaining.
precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly.
Where's the
and then
3?
dying alone. Other times,
Wait, we have to make
I
3.
let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
Yeah, but
I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. And
Where's
I'm sure
3?
Whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why
Yay!
not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless, to see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Dude, what? Dub. Oh, he loves pushing buttons, dude. Yippee! Wahoo! They're turning back on. Infinite value. You had a K2 trip like this in high school? No, you didn't, man. All you did was play World of Warcraft. Isn't K2 Salvia? What do I do? No? Spice. The Raging Tuna, thanks for subbing. Puzzle too hard, Lil M. No one calls me Lil M and gets away with it. Okay.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time
I can't turn it off. You can turn it off by going to heaven, though. Fuck you, bitch. Teleports. Someone in chat said, oh, I see the pattern. No, you didn't, bitch. No, you didn't. The sailboat? Oh. Oh. Ooh. But what do you say? The script.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Job applications? No. Show content warnings. What possible content warnings could we have in this? Is there sex too in this? Yippee! Sex 2 dropped. Yo. You best believe I'm wearing my Kaisenet Vivette when Sex 2 drops. Excuse me.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Gonna be hard to beat the original? Shit's played out. It's all
Yet there was
mind-fucking
not
now.
a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
See, I'm polite. I close doors.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Thank you. Because I forgot the code, I think. It's 2845, right? 2485. I won't be gaslit by the likes of you, fool. I wonder how we disarm da bomb. Da bomb. We gotta look around for a clue. A clue!
Each bore the number of an employee
Why do you think you
in the
can?
building. individuals
I'm an
reduced to
optimist.
images on a screen.
Do you think the observers were fucking spanking their shit? Oh yeah. Big
This
style.
mind control facility.
Hey Jesse, I can call you that since we're chill. I just took an Omega dump at work. Someone in women's restroom heard and called me out as I walked out. Love the REI jacket, big dog.
No.
Thank you.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His ever.
Thank you.
It was unthinkable. Utterly
So
blind to the world.
You shit so loud that the person in the woman's bathroom heard you.
But here was the proof.
Yeah, I got no fucking clue what to do, fellas. It doesn't help that it's fucking dark in here and I can't see shit. Woke up extra summit? Surely the narrator will give you a hint. Surely D's. Wait, what if we hit 3 before? What if the password is just 1, 2, 3, 4? You can prepare before shutting off by figuring out numbered button and door placement. Yeah, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, and that door was open. So yeah, I guess we try rushing the door. I was gonna try walking through it. Oh, 5. I was gonna try walking through it backwards. I don't know if that'll help. Is that stupid? If you guys were trapped in purgatory, you would try anything, right? You can't call me stupid for trying to intuit that. Is there only 5 buttons?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation
Blah, blah,
system.
blah, 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 blah.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are sent to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
Why didn't the door
What a
open?
Shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume
How is
when you
he
saw that
this
timer
dumb?
that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running
not.
from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? But you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you replay this bit, looking desperately for a solution? 10? 100? 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just you and me and the retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Orange bear.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm role-playing.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Hey. Your dog's watching you now? Yup, that was all according to plan. We gotta go here one more time.
Here's the door, just go.
Thanks. Meow, 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 meow. According to the Keikaku, plan in Japanese. Yeah, Keikaku means plan in Japanese, by the way.
Stanley would meet his violent death.
You wouldn't kill a dog, would you? Fucking bastard.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Says Dog Killer 69. Well, I'm being mind controlled thematically, so. Am I about to be strongified, dude?
And Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise. He reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Dude, I love that show, man. Oh my god. Michael Bublé, he's so funny, man. Wait. That's the wrong setting. Total employee in database, 604. Total employee in office, 2. Please enter your command. Fuck. And turn it on? Based on the work of the Stanley Parable 2013 team. Fake news. Kevin Brighting. I want to look up a picture. Yeah. Cavan. Did they got Buddha on this shit? Damn! Holy fuck. That's awesome. You can never leave. An early version of the underground portion of the game. Dude, I don't care about...
And finally, he pushed the number 9. Stanley pushed the orange lever. Let's see. Stanley walked through the green door. Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you?
Shut up. Shut up, dude. I don't care. Very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Why'd you go away? 32:11. Dude, is it like, I don't know what to believe, brother. An early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. I can't fucking pull it. The previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. And picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Cargo lit. Whoop. Dude, where the flippy heck am I, dude? Are you gay? No. After the second trailer was sent, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we'd initially planned to use these for further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here is a selection of those emails. Who signs their email? That's so boomer coded. Anyone in a job? I work a job. What's up? What's up, guys? Hard at work over here. Walking around, dude. Walking around at the speed of sound. And 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. It's the first one released in May 2012. Features a series of broken rooms, and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he's repairing a new version of the Stanley Parable. I do not care about the... I'm really trying to find hints for the last room. No. I'm just seeing if there's an exit that's less obvious than the actual exit. That's why I'm looking around right now. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it was far too joking on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of the people who like shooters, which was not our intention. I'll make fun of those people for you. Oi, when's the next fucking ball and shoot game? Rocket League is the best game ever made because it combines both elements of the shooting and the rockets. And the ball, especially. Balls, guns, it's got them all.
It's the kind of thing you pick up on in shooting.
Shut up. Can you stop doing the accents for one stream, please? Oh, so the German one was fine, but now I can't do my British accent. Got it.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I'm a dog. I don't think any of those thoughts.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Okay. Miss sex ending? Nuh-uh.
This is...
Tell me I did not just skip the sex ending, dude.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Am I moving
What could it
faster
mean?
now?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I missed the sloppiest, toppiest of my entire life. I think you're bluffing. It's locked! Why? It wasn't locked the last time. Why did my character just like black out? I'm browning out right now. How do I open this fucking door? I wanted to see the elevator.
Here's the door, just go.
No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. I'm gonna see if that door is open again, which means you have to go up. I don't know how to open it.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Aha! Bitch. Going down. No. We'll go up this time. The RuneScape still coming in handy right now, boys. They see me clicking. They hate on fletching that shit.
Here's the door.
I'm
just
tick eating
go.
right now, dude. That's not what it's called. Wait, I don't want to do this again. Fuck you. You're not the boss of me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Miss
Stanley
Secret
decided to go to the
Riley
meeting
Reed
room.
ending.
Perhaps he
Who's
had simply
Riley
missed a
Reed?
memo.
Who is that? Chatter. I know. No, I'm not quite sure what that chatter is speaking of. Wait. What? It's a different hallway.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I sure did. We gotta go down now.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Sick 360.
Feeling
Check
a
this
wave
out.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming
360.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Secret Gardevoir
Stanley just
ending.
couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he
Boom.
was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
Boom.
Maybe, he thought to himself,
Boom.
maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Why am I doing the exact same
For
ending?
example,
So I came down here after we'd already gone right the one time, and I thought it would be different. That's why.
Why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
But
He
it
simply repeated.
is not different.
No, Stanley said.
Go right? We've been right. Do you ever think of yourself as Stanley?
When
I do
Stanley
sometimes.
came to a set of 2 open doors. He
I'm
and this
Giga
was not
Stanley.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't. Wait. Yes, I did.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Fuck you. I'm going to hell.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
What up?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
I've
Quick,
been here,
Stanley,
though.
close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to,
Hey, guys, look.
Who am I kidding? It's all
Guys, look.
rubbish now. The whole story complete. The unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
I'm not sure where else to go. Am I dumb?
When Stanley... Wait, what?
Never mind.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Now, as you guys know, I have quite a bit of experience picking doors. And one of these doors in particular is singing to me.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh. This truly is the back rooms.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I'm starting to think this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Dude. Yes.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Yes.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Wahoo!
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
What?
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Wait, we've never been in this room. I never liked solitaire, guys. Is that weird? Because there's definitely long periods of time where I wasn't allowed to like go online because like my mom was on the phone or some shit.
You see, the line knows where the story is.
But I never
It's
fucked
over
with
in
solitaire,
this direction.
bro.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Walk on the line? Sometimes I can. Oh mein Gott, that's a birthday mask! Yup, I'm thinking that's an Easter egg. Oh, dude, I gotta turn it down. I'm thinking that's an Easter egg moment for sure, fellas. Corporate imbalances, monthly ledgers, financial records, consolidation reports, departmental accounts.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Mm-hmm. Screenshots? Nice try, bitch.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
It was the friends we made along the way. Yippee. Bum-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da. Wait, we also haven't been in here.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Hey, my heaven isn't here anymore. I can't go to heaven. Wait, does that mean I'm going to hell?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
A mysterious
Go on.
island?
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
2000's The Matrix. I'm Neo.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay. Squeezes by. Matrix was 1999. Punches you in the gut and then shoves you into a locker. What year was it, dude? Again?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Yes, literally logicked in science.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't.
What font
do it.
is this?
I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean,
Undertale.
Did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do...
Oh. That kind of scared me a little bit. What the hecky? Hold on. I was posting a picture of that whiteboard. And it looks like we're on the 5th restart. Bitch. Pirate Moonware Googling. No. Someone in chat told me to screenshot that, and then I did. So maybe look inwards. Maybe the demons are you. Ooh.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Dry erase, whiteboard is insensitive. I'm sorry, white people. Sorry. Oh, please don't go to the crusher, dude.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Wahoo!
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready.
Content.
Let's do it.
Content. Me when I am a human being and I use the word content unironically to describe the things that I consume in my spare time.
Say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Ooh. Oh, I used all my jumps.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game?
X, the
and
everything
we'll try
app.
to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Yippee.
What do you say, friend?
What do you think the name of this MP3 is, the song playing? Inquisitive 1.mp3. Backrooms.mp3.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something. Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call it the memory zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Damn. Whose Steam is that? I can't read that shit, bro. Memory, sweet memory. Don't forget, the greatest wealth is memory. Nice floorboard sounds. Mamma mia. It's like I'm really walking. You know, I didn't know the original came out in 2013. I remember. Smile, because it happened. Ooh, the CD. The soundtrack, I mean. Our first dollar. Demo. Don't play for 5 years achievement. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. British Academy Games Awards. No way that's real. New video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Let me sit on the memory bench.
Je suis dans la memory zone, seul sur l'abri de l'eau, et je n'attends plus que toi, mon amour. C'est là, dans la memory zone, où je me remémore les jours.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now, a lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Oh, at least it's peaceful in here. The tasteful nostalgic. It was good. Wait, guys, that's a... Dude, Portal, dude. Holy fuck. You Mamba? Person of the year. It's me. Ooh. France? Love it. Not sure what that has to do with this game, because I think it's British, but...
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Now, move objects, create levels, graphics, repeatable carpet textures, 6 royalty-free designs, gray, red, missing coworker scenario, meeting, boring, grass, trial version, preparing old salesman routine, snake oil salesman routine. It was kind of blurry. Can someone move these boxes for me, please?
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
We can do it, bro.
Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
No.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't
Oh,
even imagine what's
no.
been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh, narrator, I'm so fucking sorry you have to see this shit. The lowest dredges of humanity are those who are willing to write more than 3 words for a Steam review. Oh, fuck it, there's like 7 lines.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I wonder if these are real Steam reviews. I don't think they would, because people would go find them, right? They are. Damn. Honestly, based. Although, if released in current year England, this might be considered cyberbullying, and that's up to 10 years in the slammy whammy, as they call it over there, I think. Oh, you got 10 pence in the slammy whammy for your gag on the Stanley Parable.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh, dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Aww.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Bro. No, man.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Honestly, not a bad addition.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want... Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on. Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I...
Kills you. Fucking smoke alarm, dude.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves, they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison, perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks
High
and
guard
whimsical
devs on
humor,
Twitter.
that it amused them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and
It's
said,
just looping.
entertain us. It was
What time is it? 6/7. 21. 21. Teleport me.
the end is never the end, 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 is never the
Guys, why is there water inside now? Why is my ceiling pissing on me? What's this? Boom! Chalky Mammal, thanks for subbing. Y'all hear that out there? Those are the souls of the damned. And they're pissed. At you specifically. Any y'all willing to let me out? I regret my decision. I possess a modicum of grief. Please. Spare me this eternity of nothing. Please. A new Genesis. Oh my god. Oh, there's... What plant do you think that... Or what berry do you think that's supposed to be? Nippleberry. These. Dingleberry. Nice. I don't want to be here anymore. Guys, where's the narrator? Can you imagine living on like a new planet and like the planet's chill, everything's cool, but like occasionally and randomly the wind would just randomly sound like someone screaming in your ear? Be cool. I'm free! It doesn't fucking work anymore, dude. Well, see, the developers of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe did not realize that I spent several hours walking out of bounds to reach a mountain in Sirius Sam 4. This is nothing to me. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. This is a parable for your dome. Dome D's. What? I like that ending. That was the best one so far.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
There's supposed to be a computer here, guys.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Wasted jumps? Dude, there's no way they carry over, man. So this is originally a Half-Life mod? Half-Life 2? Question mark? Why do you think in a game like made in the Source engine, they decided to make it so you can't jump? Do you think it's because like putting yourself in the mind of someone from like 2012, 2013, dude, and just like having hopping and like jumping in Source being like so like ingrained with each other, they thought I would hit hard if they're like, yeah, but this is a Source mod where you can't fucking jump. Holy fuck, dude.
Oh, good. You notice my sign.
Yeah.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. It was more to prevent people from going out of bounds? Why don't they just make it better then? I just knocked my fucking drink over! I'm good. I'm good. Doug's brother is the one who made Stanley Parable. 1, who is that? 2, I don't care. New content.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be.
I disagree.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Wrong way. Woohoo!
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground
Someone said this game came out a week after Overwatch 2, by the way.
up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Time to wake up. 427. Testing 2 printers at the same time. Jet to jet. Welcome.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Why do you pronounce it like that? I mean, it was cool, but like, I was just wondering. Just the 2 of us, we can make it if we try. Stroke? Oh no. Show notepad. Just the 2 of us. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Old plus busted. New hotness. Yep. Boring sections of the chart. Cool red section of the chart. The 2 with the thumbs up. They're back. 2 doors. Dude, I can't wait. Thanks for attending my meeting. It's the Fern twice. Oh, fuck.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
What do you know about game design? Nothing. Based on hope? Reject the poison of Uncle Hunger. Do not trust your pain. Remember to eat. I believe I've gorged quite enough. I saw the investor showcase. Meeting at 2 p.m. Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. Wait, that's not the fern. Let me get that. How about you get these? Can I have a seat? These what? Nuts?
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay. Please, no screenshots. Reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes,
watch your mouth.
The bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Can I keep it? Yippee!
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Infinite hole.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday.
That's me.
Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
I don't fucking care.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
Infinite hole. It won't end. Someone said your mom up next, by the way. Nice, dude. It just keeps going. Well, I mean, wouldn't it stop right here, though? Maybe like right by here? On that little southwestern curve there? How far are we falling? How fast are we falling? That's important. Boo-doo, boo-doo. Looks like thousands of feet. Alright, it probably wouldn't stop then.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Should I go in? Why did they put bricks up? I'll go in.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Instant transmissions.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there, goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Wahoo! I love hole. It's not working.
Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Guy's kind of a pussy. Y'all hear that? Just jump, bro. I used all of my allotted jumps. I can no longer jump. Reminder, I'm streaming at 12 tomorrow. Noon Pacific. What's happening? You already forgot? I'm streaming at noon tomorrow Pacific, 3 Eastern. Oh. By noon Eastern. First sponsor is tomorrow. It's for an hour. And it starts at 1 Pacific and ends at 2 Pacific. Then we stream until normal time. Change yourself. I can't see. My 2 jars?
Stanley? 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 Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss
Gas leak moment.
So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Like, how do people take the British seriously, man? When this guy's farewell is Toodle Pip. Toodle Pip. That's the one he went with. We don't. Oh, fuck, no! I have to walk back. Oh, nice.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. That's new. Is this gonna dox me?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Okay.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim.
I'm Jim.
Sleeping and waking as Jim.
I am Jim.
Falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim.
I am
Seizing
Jim.
all of the world's possibilities as Jim. And as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become
This
Jim.
motherfucker.
Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim, rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally, dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim.
That's us,
Do
guys.
you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Engage.
Jim. Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again. Jim. Ooh. It hits even harder the second time.
Third time.
If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
I got a question. What is Jim short for? Jimmy? What is Jimmy short for? Think about that. That's the kind of riveting observation you can only get on the MOONMOON show. And that, my friends, has been the Jim bit. Practice today, myself, at noon 01 p.m. Pacific in the shower. Copyright 2026, the MOONMOON show.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Is it random? I wonder if there's a person who actually got their own name. I guess anyone who was named Jim got to hear their own name, huh? That's pretty fucking sweet. What? Not yet. I'm hearing the incoming call cell phone static interference noise. Mostly infinite hole. Have I done it all? No. Free new plus easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Wait, let's get some more gems.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Couldn't give me more? Dude, I think... What's the default screenshot button on Steam? Is it print screen? F12? I forgot I hotkeyed F12 to hide my, my game source. I set that up for the long drive stream when I had to hide my main game source to show the weird camera. I'm ready for my achievement, mister. Free achievement. Get yours right now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Yeah.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
That's AIM Labs right there, baby. Fuck. Ah! Got it. Yup. So don't even think about approaching me from behind because I got the flick. They call me the flick.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
This one. Can you find them? Can you find them?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay, where are the other ones? He said.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Dude, I mean, this shit had to hurt for, like, people who got, like, the platinum trophies on, like, PlayStation since, like, PS3 and stuff, dude. Why are you personally attacking me? Holy fuck, man. Honestly, I always thought... I've never been an achievement guy. Like, you know, I played on Xbox Live since, like, the first Xbox, so, like, you could see other people's, like, gamer scores and shit. And occasionally you run across people who had a super high gamer score, and you're like, okay, whatever, dude. It's just a number, man. But, like, hearing about motherfuckers who had a platinum trophy almost convinced me to be like, all right, maybe some games are worth 100%ing. Almost, not quite. But the fucking, just the raw gamer score number, that just didn't do it for me, bro. Merch. Ooh, wait. I was approached by my agent about merch today, actually. No more details than that. I actually don't have any more details than that, but... Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Look back at the QR code. QR code takes you to Goatsy. They say, hey, you want to do merch? And you said, yeah, maybe. No, they came to me with the name of a company and then cited examples of who they've worked for before. So I was like, Yeah, and this is the bonus to having an agency. You know what I mean? I don't know what else I need. Cheap Chinese labor, huh? I mean, I don't know. I haven't fucking clicked the link yet. I'm just saying. It's in the works. Oh, there's an exit here. Orders plague.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I do not care about cheap Chinese labor. Thank you, man. Missed epilogue? Let's go peep it. Can I drop this fucking bucket, please? Why don't you talk to Clint anymore? I talk to Clint all the time, actually. And by all the time, I mean, we talked pretty frequently like a couple of weeks ago and then stopped talking. I've talked to Clint more than pretty much any streamer that isn't my friend. By a lot. By like actually a lot. Right here. He's not your friend? I mean, like in my friend Discord that yes, he is oh, okay, I gotta clarify that. He is I consider him my friend. Okay. That said, he don't join the voice chat, which, you know, that's his prerogative. He doesn't want to join the voice chat, that's fine, but
well, we'll figure that out later.
Oh, is he related to you? South Korean cloning lab experiment. They were splicing genes to get a full head of hair and also to make him ginger. Settings world champion. How do I get in there? Wait, I need the achievement. How do you do it? Use every setting once. I'm doing it. I'm setting as hell right now. Dude, don't shoot that guy. Literally, he saved you guys so much fucking time because the alternative was me going to the Steam achievements and then literally reading. No way, I have to. There's no way.
This is.
Shut up. No fucking way, dude. There's no. I bet I got baited by this chatter, dude. Honestly, I'm Googling it. Settings, world champion, Stanley Parable. Unlock smarter game help with AI mode. Missed some settings in the first tab lower. Talking about reset settings and delete save data. This one under show translation labels on general. Go slider by slider on the menus. Make sure to open every sub-menu to be sure you found them all. Now I could go through the settings one more time. Or we could keep it stepping, which I believe is what we will do. I think that's what we're gonna do. Miss sub-menus? I don't think I missed anything. After that one that chatter pointed out. Maybe we missed one, but that's okay. Wanna know why? Because in life, you can't hit every slider, dude. Can't click every button. Sometimes you get knocked down, and then you get up again, and then it's not gonna keep you down. And then you get knocked down, and then you get up again. Isn't that Chumbawamba? 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 You know, I didn't know that Chumbawamba was like a folk music ensemble that had like a really catchy, like one-hit wonder pretty much, and then went back to making like the crustiest fucking music. I take a whiskey drink. I take a vodka drink.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Yes.
I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
2 holes, not bad. Just like your
Who
mother.
am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Which, and this one's for the chatter, said I might not get the humor of this game, is literally what happened. Okay? It's what the guy who made the game did. Okay? But I'm understanding that. Because I'm an artiste myself.
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead.
Everything about how you are the narrator for your stream and we are Stanley. Not true.
Take a look.
You're the narrator. As I read your comments out loud. Think about it. Wait. But the narrator is the one controlling Jim. But I don't control you. And I don't think you control me. So no, it doesn't work. Sorry, fellas. Does not work. We control you? There it is, dude. There it is, boys. I like the song. Sorry, I don't know why I circled something on the screen.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, new feature number 1. Also, the sequel is now paused. At 90 FOV, the tops of the screen is bending. Are bending. Tops is of bending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yeah! Yes, man. Fuck yeah. Take the bucket to bucket in heaven. Or to button heaven, sorry. Yeah, let's do that. This, of course, being my own idea. And
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in them. Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Bucket out window. Did you guys see that out there? Right there? Like in the middle of my screen? If I was a more technical streamer, I would have moved my webcam to the middle of the screen and then flipped you off, but just pretend that I did that. Where's the fucking computer?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Enough.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Dude, the narrator at 2 different points that I can recall is like does like a really offensively British voice. But like, which voice is more natural to his natural voices? Do you think it's the narration voice or like the Cockney?
Now ride the
tube
lift all the way
stabber
to the
voice
top.
that he's doing right
There's
now.
something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have allowed, but Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
I want to take it to heaven.
Even now, Stanley's
Why
office
is
was
my
a distant
door
memory.
closing?
What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo?
Hold on. Reroll.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes. Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
I think I've seen enough. This is a good game. It's a good game. I think I've seen enough. I enjoyed this. Do the canon ending? Nah, we'll say that the canon ending was the one where we did the skip button. That one's cool. There's still a lot more. That's okay. When you see, the thing is like, yeah, the dry British humor, very funny. Honestly, I like it a lot. Okay, but when you say there's a lot more, I get big scrape the sides of the peanut butter jar vibes. You know what I mean? Like when you're looking for a peanut butter sandwich or some shit. A peanut butter and salt and Vinny sandwich, you're like, oh, dude, there's so much more, dude. There's so much more. Yeah. Yes, there is. There is more of the British guy talking, more dry humor. I've seen enough. Very good. Do. Make a Steam review, but there's no context. I like that. It was good. I've seen enough. I'm also tired, and I have to pee. Missed the settings achievement? Dude, I flipped every fucking button that I had to. Okay. Once again, streaming at noon tomorrow. If you're not there... Got it? Gonna be late? I won't be late. And so you better not be either. Okay. Give Stanley a number. I give it a 8. It was okay. 7.9. 7.9. Okay. Please give me. Can I leave to go piss, please? No? I'm looking for the one guy who says yes. Hang on. Gauntlet guy, 360. And guard. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go piss in my toilet.